Moving energy through you. We are the Pleiadean High Council of Seven, and we are pleased to offer you our words of wisdom. Energy wants to move. Energy is the reason why everything is always changing. It is because energy must move forward. It is often the case that energy gets stuck within your physical bodies or your energy fields, and then you experience symptoms, unwanted thoughts and emotions, and other attachments that do not serve you. Therefore, getting the energy to move is an important step in your evolution. It is the way that you keep up with the always changing, always moving energy that everything and everyone is comprised of. When you give yourselves the opportunity to experience energy by feeling into an experience you are having, you automatically activate that energy and allow it to move forward. It is only through your living in oblivion that you thwart the movement forward. Some of you are able to sense energy better than others. Those of you who are sensitive to minor fluctuations in energy are more likely to tune yourselves to it and therefore allow it to move. Those who are less aware are usually not as grounded in their physical bodies, and therefore energy can really get stuck in those individuals. When you go to an energy healer, the energy healers encourage you to feel the movement of energy within yourself. Sometimes the energy healer is adept enough to know exactly where the energy blockages are and can point them out to you. When you breathe consciously with the intention of not only feeling energy, but also moving it through you, you simply cannot fail. The breath is an excellent tool for making you more aware, for giving you sensation of energy moving through you, and it is also very soothing. So the movement of energy can be less than pleasant. It also stirs up old memories, old traumas, and even connects you to past lives. So we recommend that you make yourselves as comfortable as you possibly can. Tune yourselves to your physical body and your breath, and give yourselves the experience of the movement of energy through you. When you do, you will demonstrate to yourself that you have much more power than you ever knew you had, and that is an enjoyable experience. So give yourselves the opportunity to experience at least once a day, and this is our recommendation to you. Helping each other. You do not need anyone else to give you something that you can get from within yourself, and you can get everything from within yourself. You do not need their help, and you certainly cannot experience someone else doing it for you. But you have created a reality where you get to experience helping each other, and you certainly have created different skill sets within each of you, so that you would rely upon each other so that you could have exchanges that were mutually benefit. And this is all designed to bring you closer. In your dealings with others, you get to discover more about yourselves and what you value. You set things up for yourselves to give you a better understanding of unity and community. In the helping of one another, you create lasting bonds, and these lasting bonds are then creating an energetic exchange that never ends. Why is that important, you might wonder? Well, its significance in that your ability to create an entirely new world. There are, in fact, strengths in numbers, and your numbers are bigger than they have ever been on planet Earth. So you are creating a net around planet Earth with these connections and these energy exchanges. The human collective is becoming quite strong as a result of your willingness to help each other and the exchange that occur through friendships, through family, and through all kinds of bonds that you form with one another. You are not alone in the universe or the galaxy, and you're not even alone on planet Earth. When you demonstrate an ability to work together and to help each other, you demonstrate to your extraterrestrial friends that you are ready to become part of the galactic community. So every act of kindness counts. Every act of service raises the vibration of the entire human collective, and every time you lend a helping hand to someone else, you are readying yourselves for further contact. With the further contact will come more helping hands to help you create a new world, a new galaxy, and a new universe in which to play. The vibration of your beliefs. You can believe whatever you want to believe, and you can affirm those beliefs with what you create for yourselves. You are not subject to anyone else's belief now that you are aware that much of what you do believe is the result of your indoctrination. Once you become aware of that, you do not need to give any more energy to the belief that you know and that does not serve you. It's not as though you can call a belief subconscious once you are aware that it is a belief that you hold, because then by definition it is a conscious belief. Is it easier to stay with those beliefs that you have been holding for quite some time? Absolutely, but in no way is it necessary. In no way is it beyond your capacity to choose. Now, many of you want to hold new beliefs, but you believe that it is hard to do so. You believe that it is hard to suddenly adopt a new belief because the older ones have so much momentum within you. So then you get to examine those beliefs as well, and you can remove your energy from them and decide that it is easy to shift. All that you need to do in order to adopt a new belief is to remain present and aware. Become aware of the belief that is dominant within you in every moment, and then ask yourself whether you want to maintain it. If the answer is no, then you can decide which belief you do want to give your energy to, and you can tune yourself to the vibration of that belief. Knowing how a belief vibrates and resonates is more important than repeating it to yourself like a mantra to try to get it stuck. It's easier for you to find the vibration of the belief and to hold that vibration because you like the way it feels. You might like repeating the mantra for a little while, but eventually it will lose its powers. It will lose its momentum, and you will find no joy in repeating it. So feel for the beliefs that serve you most, and pay close attention to the vibration that you are holding as best you can in every moment. The fifth grid in Mother Earth. We are very pleased to offer you the following transmissions because it is all good news. There has been a time period for planet Earth where you have been using your training wheel, so to speak. You have been not completely sovereign, not completely independent, and you are at this time removing those training wheels and been given full access to the grid lines on planet Earth that are capable of sustaining a fifth dimensional frequency for all of humankind. This is a huge accomplishment for humanity. You are earning your stripes, so to speak, and you have many well-wishers who are giving you thumbs up and a pat on the back. There is more to come, of course, but for now, your access to these grid lines is going to be felt by the more sensitive ones on planet Earth. Those of you who are tapped into Earth energy are going to feel this more intensely than those who are less grounded. Right now would be a very good time to be grounding yourself to Mother Earth and feeling for the access that you have to these energies. You have awakened a powerful force within your own planet, and you have done so by maintaining the frequency that you have as a collective in spite of all the chaos that you've experienced on planet Earth over the past 10 or 12 months. It has been a very intense time, and whether you are awakened or not, you have some sense that this is a member of the human collective. Those of you who are awakened have the ability to hear this message and to open yourselves more completely to the powerful grid that lies underneath your feet. This grid is a match vibrationally to the photonic energy and light that is hitting your world. So you are getting it from both ends, and there's nowhere for your lower frequency energies to hide. So they may come up and out in you in a variety of ways, including physical symptoms, emotional instability, and even chaotic circumstance in your lives. But you needn't worry, and you certainly need not assume that you are backsliding or regressing in some way. Quite the opposite is true. It's time to congratulate yourself for a job well done. It is truly time to celebrate. To do or not to do. When you start with an appropriate approach to something that you want to accomplish, you cannot fail. You cannot fail to succeed at engaging in an activity for the fun of it. You cannot fail when you decide beforehand that the ultimate outcome of your participation in the activity will be that you know yourself more deeply. Most of you are taking an approach to something that you do as either pass or fail. You are measuring your worth by how well you perform at the task involved. So many of you set out to do something not because you generally want to do it, but you do so in order to prove something to yourselves about your value. And then you want others to give you their approval as well, so that you have that confirmation, that validation that you are in fact correct about your self-worth. We see all of that as very dangerous. When you place your ego on such volatile ground, it is very unlikely that you are going to succeed or that you are going to enjoy yourself. So what we suggest is that you take approach towards what you want to do with your life and with every activity that you engage in. We suggest the approach of exploration. We suggest that you begin each project with a sense of wonder as to what you will discover along the way. We want you to see all outcomes as successes, because even if you discover that you really don't like doing what you've been doing, then at least you can walk away from it and do something more enjoyable. So again, that would mean that no matter what the outcome, your endeavor was a success. If you really want to measure whether or not something serves you to engage in it, see how much of your energy you can feel flowing through you as you partake in that activity. See how much more expanded you feel and whether the activity itself maintains your interest. If it does not, you have not failed. Sometimes your activities fail you, and we want you to realize that you are engaging in quite a bit of trial and error, where error is too strong a word. You are simply navigating through your world to determine what lights you up, what keeps you interested in the physical, and what brings you the most joy. And all of that means that every activity is a worthwhile endeavor. You're co-creators in Ascension. As you ascend into the higher frequencies, you take every last bit of you along for the ride. This is a journey of inclusion, and you have many aspects that are waking up all at once. You are far more than just a singular identity on a journey. You are including other aspects of you from the past, present, and future, and these aspects of you are expanding to include all the aspects of them. As you move forward in your life experience, you cannot help but include other people on your journey with you. These people are your teachers, your guides, and your co-creators. And they are coming for this journey with you because they have a special place in your heart. There are no coincidences or accidents that have placed any individual in your experience. These are all families, cohorts, and soul family members that you are interacting with because familiarity is an important aspect of co-creation. Your deepest connections are the ones that offer you the greatest opportunity for growth. These are your close friends, your family members, your lovers, and your biggest enemies. They are all a part of your team, and they all represent other aspects of you in some way, shape, or form. You cannot exclude any of them either. They have come this far with you, and they will continue to co-create with you, regardless of how you feel about them. Now, all of this is lovely to hear about or read about, but how does it help you to know this? What is the point of this transmission? We are inviting you to include all others consciously in your journey, in the same way that you consciously include your guides. Your spirit guides are just members of your soul family who chose not to incarnate with you on this journey. They are no more and no less significant than the physical beings in your life. So ask for help, communicate, and share your experience of your ascension process with all of those around you. You are powerful in your connections and in your willingness to be vulnerable and share. You are quite impressive collectives yourself, and the more you acknowledge that, the more you give yourself an easier time on this journey. We are the Pleiadean High Council of 7, and we are very fond of all of you. That is all.